Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Boss Mac and back2gaming.com. And I recently did a roundup of a couple of Lenovo monitors, and one of those screens is the Lenovo G27-20. Now, I've gotten a lot of feedback from users of this monitor saying how it's a really great bang for the buck option for 1440p. But I've also gotten questions from people who necessarily don't want a 27-inch QHD screen, but want the same kind of ratio and pricing. So that was a few weeks ago. And now I've finally gotten my hands on that exact equivalent, the Lenovo G24-20. It is a 165Hz 1080p monitor. Keep watching to find out more. Years ago, you'd probably be hard-pressed to find a 165Hz monitor for less than 16,000 pesos. Much more, 12,000 pesos. But with 144Hz becoming the most basic refresh rate of even the most bargain basement monitors, you can get them pretty much from everything nowadays. Still, there is a limit here. So which one do you get? Before we start, some disclosure, our review sample right here is provided by Complink. Complink is a PC megastore in the Philippines which has been around for a while. They offer laptops, desktop, gaming peripherals like gaming monitors, and a whole lot more. So with that out of the way, let's get on to our review. I've been recommending multiple 144Hz brands from various brands over the past year, but with modern gaming PC getting stronger and stronger, some people may feel that 144Hz just isn't enough. Now, this is a question that is purely situational. If you're the type of gamer that plays large variety of games, maybe going for QHD is a worthy upgrade. For those that do prefer esports titles, particularly FPS, then higher refresh rate is the usual preference. This brings me to the product that we're reviewing today, the Lenovo Gaming G24-20. This is a 165Hz 1080p screen aimed at budget-conscious gamers who want the performance of, say, a Legion product, but without all the bells and whistles, which means, of course, a lower price point. Let's take a closer look at the Lenovo G24-20 gaming monitor. The Lenovo G24-20 is a 24-inch 1080p screen featuring an overclocked 165Hz refresh rate out of the box. It features AMD FreeSync Premium technology, and our testing shows that it is working perfectly as a G-Sync compatible monitor with no visible issues. The stand for the G24-20 features simple height adjustment, like so, and also a bit of tilt. Sadly, there is no panning option, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. That means, though, that this monitor stays rock solid if you place it directly in front of you. The stand is removable, so you can use a best amount if you need the flexibility of, say, an articulated monitor arm. This is handy if you're a streamer or a power user and you want to use the Lenovo Gaming G24-20 as a more articulated screen, or you want to go for a multi-monitor workstation. A bit of extra quality of life feature, the stand itself has a built-in cable management loop on the back to keep your cables at the back in one place and not plopping around. This is all supported by a wide base with a gamer-inspired design to support pretty much everything. Just like its 27-inch brother, 1080p 144Hz is the bare minimum you'd want for a screen, for a gaming screen at that. Pushing it to 165Hz makes it a more ideal option for competitive FPS gamers, especially people who may have a more powerful machine to push those FPS a bit higher. And speaking of FPS, let's talk about gaming experience. At 165Hz, you'll need a system that can adequately support those frame rates. On AAA games, on esports titles, the screen works remarkably well. The screen is fast and quite responsive, and if this is your first high refresh rate screen coming up 60Hz, you'll definitely feel a jump in fluidity. Of course, this is most obvious in fast-paced games, particularly FPS titles, where you need to be moving constantly. But you're probably looking at this review and asking yourself, is 165Hz screen worth it over 144Hz? And to be perfectly honest, you're the only person that can answer that. If you're really strapped for cash, then you're saving a few thousands with a 144Hz screen. If that's really your situation, then by all means, please do so. But if you're just curious to see if it's worth it to go for a 165Hz screen, I honestly have to say it is. For many people out there, this is a big investment or maybe a first. Either way, given the situation that we're in right now with the shortage happening, upgrades aren't as easy to come by for many of us. That said, if you can't upgrade your GPU or CPU right now, you can look into other components to help increase some performance. Memories, SSDs, your power supply are good options, but sometimes a lot of folks forget that the thing that we stare at our computer for the longest time is our monitor. And even if you have a very modest PC, even if you can't hit 165 FPS just like your memory or your SSD, the refresh rate rating on the Lenovo G24-20 is an ideal target when upgrading. With 165 Hz, you can easily go from an IGP to a discrete graphics card and not feel that you need a new monitor now that you're hitting 150 FPS or more. Even if you do end up cranking the frame rate, having a faster refresh rate rewards your high frame rate by giving you more responsive feel on the game. That means that when you click on those heads, you can gauge the shot more accurately thanks to faster refresh, which for adept gamers translates to greater real-world results. Pulling back on gaming and assessing the daily usage experience, the Lenovo G24-20 is an IPS screen, so colors are quite decent. It's actually 99% sRGB on our testing, and viewing angle is actually quite fair. Due to its size, though, this monitor is best experienced directly in front of you. Lenovo rates this monitor at 350 nits peak, but on average, we do get a reading of only around 250 nits. You can get away with multimedia use with this monitor, but for those that want a brighter screen for professional use, you may want to look elsewhere. Another thing worth noting, and this is a personal nitpick, and it is a choice of not having a panning stand. Basically, you have the option of tilting up and down, height adjustment like so, but you don't get the option of twisting. You can twist the monitor stand itself, but these are really wide and it will probably knock down some things on your desk or rearrange a few things. It is possible to do that, but again, for those people that may have a smaller desk space, it could be a problem. But for people that don't really need it, it is what it is. Surprisingly, this monitor supports HDR, and while it is not listed on any material, the website, the box, enabling HDR on the OSD does allow Windows to use HDR. And it is not a display HDR certified screen, so there are no marketing bullets for HDR on this monitor. Enabling it doesn't add anything HDR on the content, so it pretty much just desaturates the content on screen. And personally, I would highly advise just keeping it off. Barring those shortcomings, as a gaming screen, the Lenovo G24-20 does pull through, and as a purely gaming monitor, particularly for esports titles, it certainly makes up for it in price. This is further emphasized by the fact that it's definitely competitive to many cheaper brands whose warranty coverage may not be up to par with Lenovo's. Complink currently lists the Lenovo G24-20 for 11,995 pesos, making it the cheapest gaming monitor in their entire catalog. Checking out the entire market though, there will be similar products using the same panel, and in situations like this one, it all boils down to personal preference. Now, Lenovo has earned a very good reputation thanks to their stellar after-sales support. This extends to their dealers like Complink, which as part of their STAR policy, allows customers to bring in their in-warranty items for diagnosis and warranty claims. On a personal note, I do prefer Lenovo products when it comes to prolonged support, just so I know I'm getting my money's worth. So that should resound for people that may wish to use this monitor for a very long time. Lenovo monitors, including the G24-20, are covered by a 3-year warranty. With that being said, I highly recommend the Lenovo G24-20, primarily for gamers. It is a good all-around monitor and especially really good value at 11,995 pesos. Check it out now at Complink for great deals. You can check out more Lenovo products at Lenovo and Legion concept stores and also Complink stores nationwide. If you can't make it, you can head on over to the Lenovo Legion and Complink Viber communities for more information. Once again, this has been your boy Boss Mac, back to gaming.com. If you want to see more videos like this one, don't forget to like the video, comment the video, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.